Welcome to today's Explainer. In this video, in English, if you are a focused learner seeking the unvarnished truth behind pet products, you are exactly in the right place. Today, we're investigating a highly specific yet incredibly frustrating pain point for large breed cat owners. We're looking at the Petmate giant litter pan to determine if it actually lives up to its ambitious name. And to do that, we aren't just relying on generic marketing hype. We're putting it to the ultimate test, evaluating it specifically for the massive Norwegian forest cat. We're totally skipping the vague labels and sizing this product up for breed-specific reality. Okay, let's dive right into our agenda for today. First, we'll unpack the giant cat dilemma. Second, we'll enter the Petmate pan. Third, we'll weigh the perks and trade-offs. Fourth, we'll uncover a crazy retail plot twist in the sizing catch. And finally, we'll wrap things up with the final verdict.
Section 1. The Giant Cat Dilemma. Sizing for Reality.
You know, there is just a massive disconnect in the pet industry right now. Most litter box guidance assumes you have a standard cat, which usually measures about 18 to 20 inches from nose to tail. But actually, if you have a Norwegian forest cat, it is an entirely different story. This is a slow-maturing breed that takes 4 to 5 years to reach full physical maturity, according to the Fife breed standard. So an adult NFC frequently exceeds 30 inches from nose to tail, with males weighing in at a staggering 6 to 9 kilograms. So when a manufacturer casually slaps a large cat label on a box, it's often completely out of touch with this physical reality.
And that brings us to the very real, and let's be honest, rather gross reality of this sizing failure. A great quote from mynorwegiancat.com really hits the nail on the head. A litter box your NFC can't fully turn around in without stepping in its own waste. It's super unpleasant, but it's the exact pain point for so many owners. I mean, when a 30-plus inch cat tries to execute a 3-point turn in a standard box, their back end simply hangs right over the edge. It's basically a structural failure that guarantees daily tracking messes and immense frustration for you.
Moving on to Section 2. Enter the Petmate pan, a structural solution.
The Petmate giant litter pan boasts a massive 30-plus pound capacity. When you have a Norwegian forest cat, you are managing a large breed cat's proportionally larger waste volume. A capacity of over 30 pounds isn't just some marketing gimmick on a spec sheet. It is a highly functional feature that meaningfully extends the time between full litter changes. While daily scooping is absolutely still required, holding this much litter is a genuine time saver for large breed households.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the precise definition of microban. We constantly see pet products claiming to be antimicrobial, but usually, it's just a cheap surface spray that degrades or washes right off the very first time you scrub the pan. Well, that is definitely not the case here. Microban is antimicrobial protection built directly into the plastic itself during the manufacturing process. This means it continuously inhibits the growth of odor and stain-causing bacteria for the entire life of the product. It's a real integrated material treatment, not just a temporary coating.
Beyond those antimicrobial properties, manufacturer documentation notes the pan is constructed with 95% pre-consumer recycled plastic content, which is a really nice eco-friendly touch. But structurally, the real heroes here are the sloped entry point and the side rim handles. If you've ever tried to lift a smooth plastic box filled with over 30 pounds of clumping litter, it is literally an absolute workout. Those rim handles are specifically designed to give you a solid, reliable grip during those heavy litter changes.
Section 3. Perks and Trade-offs, an impartial standard. So who is this actually for? First, it's absolutely ideal for adult, mobile NFCs who desperately need genuine room to turn around. Second, it's a total lifesaver for multi-cat households looking to reduce their litter change frequency. And third, it's for owners who prioritize scatter control but don't want a hooded box. This last point is actually supported by the breed standard itself. NFCs genuinely have a documented preference for open, uncovered spaces. So this open, deep pan design is a strong structural fit for their natural instincts, completely independent of what type of litter you actually fill it with.
Conversely, there are a few scenarios where you should absolutely pass on this. Kittens or senior cats with mobility issues might really struggle here. The deep wall design that beautifully prevents litter scatter also acts as a trade-off because it creates a pretty high entry lip. For healthy adult cat, it's totally fine, but for seniors, it's a major hurdle. You should also skip this if you absolutely require a covered box for odor containment. And most importantly, skip it if you haven't verified the specific SKU dimensions, which brings us to our biggest warning.
Section 4. The sizing catch, a crucial warning for buyers. So the crucial point is that there is a major retail plot twist here that could completely ruin your purchase if you aren't paying super close attention.
The published dimensions for this product are shockingly inconsistent across retail listings. Get this, Petmate sells vastly differently dimensioned boxes under the exact same Giant name. The true Giant SKU is roughly 34.6 inches long, which genuinely fits a fully grown NFC. However, the smaller SKU, which often just reflects different color lines or older product generations that still share the Giant label, is only 25.6 inches long.
I mean, that is a 9-inch discrepancy, and it completely ruins a giant cat's turnaround room. Looking at owner reports across large cat communities, this is by far the single most consistent complaint. It's not a flaw in the actual large pan itself, but a major flaw in how retailers list the SKUs. Those 9 inches are literally the difference between a successful purchase and an absolute failure for a 30-inch cat.
Section 5. The final verdict. Ratings and next steps.
Synthesizing manufacturer data, FIF breed standards, and real owner reports, the Petmate Giant Litter Pan earns a very solid 8.2 out of 10. Our conclusion is that, as long as you actually secure the largest dimension listing, this is a genuinely well-sized box that comfortably accommodates an adult Norwegian forest cat. The integrated microban and that 30-plus pound litter capacity are real, disclosed features that effectively reduce the daily maintenance burden for a large breed household.
And this brilliantly illustrates why you need an active strategy when shopping. Because of that crazy sizing catch, here is your mandatory buyer beware checklist to ensure you get the true value option. Step 1. Find a listing for the pan. Step 2. Completely ignore the word giant in the title. As we just learned, it guarantees absolutely nothing. Step 3. Check the exact technical specifications on the retail page. And Step 4. Confirm the length is precisely 34.6 inches before you even think about clicking buy.
We'll wrap up this explainer by leaving you with this thought. Are pet brands actually doing enough to accommodate giant breeds? When a product marketed as giant might arrive at your door measuring a mere 25 inches long, it really forces us to question the wider pet industry standards and their glaring lack of breed-specific design. Thank you so much for joining this focused learning session, for seeking out the hard data, and for learning with us today. We'll catch you on the next explainer.